Well, I think we're all up and running now, guys. So today's plan, I am going to do some bounties just to clear up those. I haven't done any all week. I'm just fighting the AFK farmers currently to try and get my bounties done. And then I think I'm going to do my Vanguard. I haven't done that since Thursday. We've got 100 crests to do. We'll get all that done before the end of the stream. So hopefully the 100 crests, I'll be quite lucky and get some good stuff from that. Be nice to get some 5 stars. We'll see what happens. 100 crests, you never know. Be nice to get a slight upgrade to one of my current 5-star gems. But hopefully out of 100 I should get at least 2 5-stars, right? The guaranteed drops. Hey Daniel, how are you? Thanks for coming. Feeling completely exhausted today. Streaming late last night until like 1:30 in the morning, which is unlike me. Being close to my 40s, definitely feeling the late night. But it was a good first stream, so it turned out alright. Hey man, how are you? Wasn't you in here until late last night as well? Depending on what time zone you're in. I know I'm feeling it. It's just that you get to that age and you just start feeling the late nights, even though you still want to push the late nights. I'm terrible for it. Every night will end up being, you know, at least midnight before I even go to bed. And then it's early mornings as well most of the time, especially when you got work. Oh, World's Crown. Gonna be fighting the AFK farmers again, guys. If it loads me in. Going back on what you said as well, Daniel, being in your 40s, you're like, I think a lot of the player base, to be honest, from what I can tell, is mostly people in their kind of late 20s up to, you know, in their 60s. And I think it's because all of us, you know, we've been gamers growing up as kids, right? And I think when it comes to this game, especially being a pay-to-win game, definitely suits the older generation because of the amount of money you can just put into the game if you wish to. I've been quite lucky this week. I've had a week off work, but it did result in me slacking on the game. So back to work tomorrow. Definitely going to be a change from the week we've had. But working from home, I don't have to worry about a commute or anything like that, so. It's quite lucky there weren't many AFK farmers. Makes a change. Does everyone else religiously do their bounties? I know a lot of people like to. Or do you do them now using the Terror Essence? I normally go ahead and just do them with the Terror Essence, but I want to save them. I do dislike these maps. The dude in your clan is in their late 60s. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. I've definitely met a few people. I think we've got someone in the warband who's I don't think they're in their late 60s, but I know they're of definitely older than myself. Yeah, I think it's good for, you know, people that are in the older generation to join and play games. You know, especially if they've been gamers for a very long time. You know, I think I've always seen myself as a gamer from quite a young age, especially on consoles. But when it comes to PC gaming, I would say I really got into it through World of Warcraft. And I think the good thing about this game is being on mobile, right? There's just more accessibility there for the people that are of an older generation. Best wishes for you, bro. I'm Joe. Nice to meet you. How are you on this lovely Sunday? It's definitely going to be a very chilled stream. Feeling it from last night's stream. I think chilled stream is just kind of the way my streams will be, to be fair, guys. Just come in, chat, play some games. You normally do hell bounties with essences? Yeah. I normally just slack on bounties altogether, to be honest. After that, normally bounties the rest of the week. That's probably a good way of doing them. Bounties is definitely the one that I kind of forget to do each week. I always get involved doing something else, like dungeons or AFK farming sometimes. Hello there, good morning. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Where are we off to now? Storm Point. least there's no AFK farming in store point. Man, today got one-shotted in an S-class dungeon. First by the yellow boss, then by the main one. Got over 6.3k resto and 7.7k CR. Is this crazy damage just because CR is barely on the edge of what? Yeah, possibly. But it also means, like, with challenge dungeons, obviously, no matter what resto you are, if you haven't got the secondaries, then you're still going to find it difficult. You know, secondaries are like a what really count. Any changes on the raid build after the new patch? I don't believe so. The raid build is kind of, you know, still the meta at the moment in time. I don't see there being any changes. I've still got to test a new gem out with the raid build to really see what that's like, but I've only got it to rank 9 at the moment, or rank 8 at the moment. And there's not really anything I can compare that with. I need to get it to rank 10 to really kind of see a comparison. We played WoW for about 6 years. I think I was probably about similar, to be honest. I think I started playing in Wrath and then played most of the other expansions up until probably the last 2 expansions I haven't played. Don't think I'd ever go back now, though. Hey, fella. What green sets am I using currently? I'm currently using 2-piece Vifus, 4-piece Banquets, and then I'm using 2-piece Grace. I will be putting out a video for this build. This is the one I mostly use for farming. I know Indez had one out as well the other day, which I have used, and it is very good as well. So if you have seen that video, go ahead and use his build. It is really, really good. Not sure which one I prefer out of 2. I suppose the only downside to the one that Indez put out was the fact that it uses the new Bone Spirit Shield, and you do need the five mobs around you at all times to get the most out of it. But when you're doing AFK farm, when you're doing farming like this, you're gonna have mobs like that. So, do you prefer this? Yeah, I think the new shield is good. Don't get me wrong. I think I prefer this as well. I think where you've got that condition of having to have 5 mobs to get the maximum out of the new shield, it's a bit of a downside to it. I just wish we could use Rhino at full speed, because I do like the Rhino build. I hope they make some changes to the actual, the essence itself. Rhino is slow because you can only get a maximum of 60% out of it unless you would go with Bleak Augury, and then you have to have Wrath Form on your skill set. So then you'd go Wrath Form to get the speed out of it. Which then means you're just losing a skill, right? The changes that I think they should make to the Rhino is give us the extra 10% movement speed, so we're at 40% with Rhino, so that would push us to the 70% max. Then I also think they should, instead of giving back primary, because I know we lose our primary while using Rhino, They should potentially have some sort of a damaging aura around the Rhino, whether that comes to like some sort of bone spikes that come out of the Rhino and do damage. Some along them lines, just to get us back some extra damage from Rhino. I know, the nostalgia every time you talk about WoW. My brothers both play WoW every now and again. Every new expansion, and they always try and tempt me going back, but I always say no, and I've stuck with it. Because you know what it's like. Once a WoW player, always a WoW player. But if you can resist the urge to go back, then you won't get kind of gripped back into it. Congrats on setting up the stream. I've always appreciated how you take time on your Discord to answer questions and let the Necro community pick your brain. I think that's just how anyone that plays a class for a long time should be, right? See you later. Thanks for content. Always on point. Cheers, Daniel. Take care, mate. No, I think anyone that's in the community when it comes to a game like Diablo, whether that be this or any other Diablo game, if people have got questions, instead of people just being off with that person, they should just help them. The bug, as in the lag bug. No, I swapped out Colossus. Is this build very good for dungeons like Namri? I would just go with a dungeon build, to be honest with you, mate. If I was to go with a dungeon build for any dungeon, whether it's Namri or not, I would just go for this one here. The only reason I say that this one's probably the better one for dungeons is because you're just providing more stuff for the party. Afternoon, mate. How's it going? How's the barb? You got every essence yet? You went back to Necro. I can, yeah, I can totally understand that. You know, having materials for all the enchantments and stuff like that for each class, they could just... When it comes to swapping class, and you guys know I've not done it, but from what I understand is it's not as smooth as what it could be. When it comes to like gear that goes in your stash and how kind of disorganized it becomes. This is what I said yesterday, like, I wish they'd probably get rid of the strength and intelligence actual stat. Just call it damage, because that's all it adds. For you, it was Barb was full fresh setup. So I've got tons of essences, but all new. So don't add anything until second drop. Yeah. I suppose that is a downside as well to playing one class, isn't it? You just, when you do want to switch over to try and get all the new essences, it's a bit of a pain. But I don't even think the loyalty point system covers that because the essences cost so much when you want to swap class. Like, to me, there's so many essences in the game now. When it comes to each class, why can't they have the loyalty points that you kind of unlock them essences be a lot cheaper than they've actually set them at? Is Rhino Evade good for PvP? I haven't actually tried the PvP build yet. To me, the Rhino PvP build is what is going around anyway. It's more of a whale build when it comes to actually using it. Yeah, I just don't understand why they've done all of that. It doesn't make any sense, does it really? But I can understand there being a difference in cost between different difficulties, but you know, to me, old gear, when it comes to legacy points, I don't even know why there's two different sorts of points. Just have price difference. The old gear should be maybe 100 points each, and then the new gear should be maybe 200 points, 300 points each. At least then if you're playing one class, you can then go, right, I've unlocked them all on this current class. Let me go and unlock them all on another class. So then when you do switch over, you haven't got that hours and hours and hours of endless grind trying to get the essences that you would like. You can actually just get into the gameplay, into the fun. Yeah, built up to say same as the difficulty hell one. Yeah. My biggest gripe is I just don't see the point in having legacy points and then non-legacy points. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but they obviously did that because they want to have people take their time on getting the new gear. I will still say, though, the new legacy system is better than the old legacy system. Good morning. How's things over there? What is the time currently in the US then? What's the time difference to where you are to where I am? Currently half one.
Ian tipped £30. Best content for Necro. No cap.
Oh man. Thank you for the £30 tip there. That's very much appreciated, mate. Thank you very much. Too early. Yeah. I had a 7:30 in the morning. Similar sort of time to what I first woke up this morning, even though I streamed late. As one of my cats, she decided that she wanted to wake me and my partner up, so. Can I show this build? Certainly can. Let's just go here and show you this way once my familiar comes back. No cap on Legos, got 32 yesterday, has most Barb's new ones. Yeah, they could definitely make things a lot easier when it comes to getting newer gear for switching class. Which one are we on? We're on this one. That's the current one I'm using now. Was working on my Rhino Lancer build yesterday. Which version of it? Was you following version 1 or version 2? What do I think of Wolfort? Had a 4-star bound drop. Looking to upgrade from Spectre class, Mother's Lament or Pain class. Thanks. Version 1. Yeah, version 1 is the dot resolution one, right? I think I use that one most often, but I wish they would just make the build better overall, because I do like the Dark Curse one as well, where you're dragging the enemies to you. The Dark Curse is really cool. When it comes to Wolfort, though, it is a really good gem. But I think, depending on your spend level, I would say that the ones you've listed there, Spectre class, Mother's Lament, and Pain class, are all very, very good gems. Especially if you're only focused really on doing PvE. You want the damage stacking gems, and obviously Spectre class, Mother's Lament, and Pain class, they are all damage stacking. And they're easier to get. No problem at all, mate. Has everyone else done their Winds of Fortune yet? Or have you been saving it for tonight? Hey Voodoo. I'm doing well, mate. I'm doing well. Just a little bit tired. Obviously last night's stream went until quite late, so definitely feeling it today. You're saving yours for tonight? Yeah, I'd agree. It's the best thing to do, because at least you're going to be able to get your gems quicker tomorrow as well. Yeah, gotta get those double gems, even though they're not technically double gems, I suppose. You just get them twice as quick. World's Crown again. Am I going to be affected by the AFK people? Probably. I just dislike maps that are like these thin, windy areas. Just takes so much longer to do them. Just slide in there. Like nothing happened. I'm just a necro blending into all the other necros. I like your style, mate. I can see why you went back Barb now. Went back necro now from Barb. If you don't get party gems for 3 days, isn't there a catch-up mechanic that can be doubled? Didn't they add something like that on the patch notes? I do remember briefly. I have to read that again to actually fully understand it. I don't think there was any like extra gems involved though. They're never that generous to give us extra gems. It's just getting them quicker, normally. Unless that actually did state that you're going to get extra. Once I finish this set of bounties, I'll bring up the patch notes and have another read. It didn't affect it though when you use the Winds of Fortune though, right? It didn't make you get extra. It's actually quite nice to be streaming, you know, just come and play the game like I normally do and just chill with you guys, you know. Got it, I'll test tonight and holler in your Discord, probably right, yeah. Just seemed faster. Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of what it is, isn't it? I'll have to go back on the patch notes and just see what they actually said, because I remember there being something on there, but I didn't really fully take acknowledgement of it. Because it just sounded like it was going to be faster collection. 3 days from stacking the dailies, but the days left are bound. From regular gems, no extra. Okay, makes sense. It's a shame they don't give us that extra occasionally. I think fishing drops a few extra. I never do fishing. I know a lot of people do like the fishing because they can obviously get extra experience from it when they collect 20 fish ready for when the crossover between Paragon, you know, levels. Next one being 900, but fishing's just so boring. You can't even do it AFK. You have to be there because you have to catch the fish. You never really checked, just used to slam gems ASAP. Yeah. That's what I normally do, mate. Last bounty, and then we can go on to doing something else. I think we'll do Vanguard next. Get that out of the way. Which perks am I using in my brawler build? All of these ones. No worries, man. It's just a standard corner you take when you're doing farming builds, really. Just for increased size and stuff like that, so you move faster. The only gem you can't use at the moment for moving faster is Colossus Engine, because then you get that jittery lag that we noticed yesterday when I was streaming. And it's definitely that that's caused it, because that's the only thing I've changed. No other change at all. I've noticed no jittering, so all bounties completed. Okay. We did get 10 of these, so I might as well hand this in as well. Oh, again. That's better.
I hope that can help. I hope I was of assistance.
All rubbish, I think. Shame. That is a shame. Why? Why Vit in intelligence? Do we know if the magic with the loss of control and the move works with a new gem? Unsure, mate. I would expect it to, though. Can't see why I wouldn't. There's still loss of control, right?
Hey there. Good to You do the fighting, I'll do the forging.
Yeah. There may be something there that causes it not to work, but if it's fearing everyone around that target, then technically they're all under the full loss of control, right? So any damage increase you've got on your stats when it comes to magic affixes, then they should work against the feared enemies from that initial target, because it is still loss of control. I'm taking it as well that chip works fine with it, although I haven't tested it. Because chip then should apply to everything, right? Chip does. Yeah, that's exactly how I'd expected it to. When you cause an enemy total loss of control, you inflict an explosive curse upon them. So does that curse go to anyone that's been affected by fear around that initial target, I take it? No, I'm expecting, you know, chip. When it comes to that, I haven't used chip in ages, to be fair. Cannot curse the same target more than often every 20 seconds. So if people in that zone from Crimson get feared, fearing nearby enemies for 1.2 seconds, each power has its own separate cooldown. Okay, so it fears for 1.2 seconds, increased by, you know, barons. Then chip then applies to all of them current targets because it's not the same target. So it should work. In theory, on paper. Yeah, yeah. I think that's kind of the good thing about using it in Golem, right? The only downside to using Golem is we use Fear so often that potentially the new gem and chip don't have much value potentially because of the internal cooldowns. The new gem should be fine with it, but I think chip kind of less so because you're going to be fearing so many targets. Then I suppose it's only 20 seconds, but then it is fast paced, isn't it? 20 seconds is 20 seconds, so... What about proximal fear also? Yeah, it's a very good point. Yeah, notice when I use fear skellies is if they... Also is inviting me. He told me to wait. What's he gonna say?
Welcome, ally.
And we may be doing Vanguard with these guys. You notice that when I use fear skellies, it's if they fear, they sometimes get out of range of Golem. Or if close to spawn, they tend to be back in it. Yeah. I'm not sure, like... How do you feel about the skellies for in Golem build? Or do you prefer mages? I'm one that have always used skellies and never really gone with using the mages. What are my thoughts on the new gem for necro builds? The new gem is really good gem. It depends on what your setup for gems already is. The reason I state that is simply because if you've already got a good amount of gems that are damage stacking, then you may find that it's not required in the build. Simply because it's not affected by Vifus, and I think when it comes to Vifus, Morn Skull is probably the better one if you've already leveled that up. But I need to do a lot of testing when it comes to it, so I'm still waiting to rank mine up to rank 10. It's currently only sitting at rank 8. So hopefully this week we'll be able to get out to 10 at some point. I know a lot of people had a lot of questions about the new gem and where it actually falls in line, and if it is classed as an S tier gem, if it is really that good. Now it is good. It's definitely an S tier gem. It could be better if they make it so it is affected by Vifus and fix that kind of potential bug. Then I think you'll see that it could become an SS tier gem. You know, most people will then take it because I think you can potentially get that up to nearly 11 seconds. Still gotta get this up to rank 20, my gem, my charm. Only 16 at the moment. When does this season end anyway? I'm expecting it to be a long season, right? Got plenty of time. Oh wow, the 12th of June. Plenty of time. It's always nice to get a group that can do this content. Pug groups when you go through Party Finder, just to do a Vanguard 4. Such a pain in the ass. Hi mate, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Thought I was nearly dead there. Thought I was nearly goner. It's another Paragon level, 812. Definitely slacking compared to some people. Hey, how you doing? I would like to know what do you like about the game that makes you keep going. Plus, I think this year so far is quite cool content-wise. I'm one of those people, and I'm doing great by the way, but I'm definitely one of those people that will just sit there and grind a game for the sake of grinding a game. I've always been a big Diablo fan. When it comes to Diablo 3, I did plow in over 4,000 to 5,000 hours with a mixture of Necro, Witch Doctor, and Monk gameplay. And just the endless grind, you know. I just enjoy that kind of aspect of the game where it's just very relaxed. You just chilled out, talking to people, you know, making a community instead of just going into a game and aimlessly not having any connection with anyone. And I think that's kind of what fuels me to keep going. And I think this year so far, I would agree with you. The roadmap's looking quite good. Definitely going to be looking forward to the new class come to the game, and I potentially will swap over to the new class and make that as my new class when it comes out. So I've got a level pegging field with everyone else when it comes to making content as well as doing things, but we'll see. You Mars behind. Get good, man. I know. I've been slacking this week, mate. Will Druid have summons too? I know that the actual spells I think were leaked. I'm not sure if they had summons or not. I tend to stay away from as much leaks as I can, unless it contains necro content. Swap classes. Oh my god, we all heard that. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a difficult time to swap though. Anytime's a difficult time for me to swap because I just love necro. Yeah, I know D4 did. I'm pretty sure it was Wolf and Bears. One left. I would expect them to keep it somewhat similar to the D4 Druid as well. I just don't think it's going to be as OP as what, say, Tempest was or Blood Knight was when it was released. And I think that might be a good thing. Do you have the game on your phone like us common peasants? Or is it too weird to play on phone? I do raids on phone most of the time when it's raid days. And actually the gameplay on phone is, I must say, smoother than it is on PC, just because it's built for mobile phones, isn't it? Definitely the client needs to be updated for PCs to make that kind of perfect as well. Personally, you hope they've gone for healing side, bring some heavy bosses in. I would agree with you. I think a healer in this game would be amazing. I really do think it would be amazing. Thanks for the sub. You know, you mentioned some sort of like priest. Priest would be a cool class to bring to the game. Cheers, Vanguard guys, if you are in the stream. I was even missing gems. Slacking. You'd love more PvP modes, but the new PvP mode is quite cool. I like it, and I think that I agree the map is balanced. But I also think that they need to... Did it swap over my gear? They need to definitely make it available more times. For me, it's just... It's at the wrong time of day. Bring back a good needed separate class for gauntlets like before parting gift. Parting Gift was, we now can see how broken, well, I say broken, how OP that was, right? Because it was a really OP kind of essence. Three levels to go. Anyway, guys, I think it is time for crests. How many do I have anyway? Oh, how come a piece of gear is not equipped? That's better. Okay, we've got plenty. We'll do 100. Hopefully we'll get something good. Would like to upgrade some of the other gems that I've got. %16% on the progress of this. And 16 on this. I wish we had more summon based metas, because summons are just cool visually. I agree. I do like summons, and I think that when I've got a few more of these, I will be setting up my summon stuff again, so. These are just the flaw of the game to me. The bane of all of our lives. I know we can go ahead and get things like these and pay for them, but I need plenty of these to be able to set up. I don't even know how far I've got with my summon set up, to be honest. Because I know I was working on golem stuff again. Because I was changing stuff around. Reforge. Summons. Oh, we've got some of it done, oh look. Summons. Okay, okay. Summons. Okay. This one hasn't been done yet. So we've got 3 pieces completed, guys. We're slowly starting. Once I've got all of them done, or at least half of them done, then I think I'll act on start doing the builds for summons, so we get some summons builds out on the content on YouTube. Because I don't think I've got many on there, have I? I got the lightning build, like you just said. The summons lightning build that we did is truly, it is so cool. It's such a unique kind of Necro build. Very unusual for Necro to have like lightning, right? But now we've got things like Black Wall Mages and Perma Golem. Hey, Cleric. And with, I suppose, them sort of builds, the fact is we can get 6 mages up permanently. Try getting the 8% enchantments to also reduction in damage output. Not sure if, yeah. Good to see me live on the best. Thank you very much. It's nice to hear. I'm just very chilled. You know, I'm a very just like that in real life, to be fair, guys. You know, just chilled out, relaxed, not too hyper. Gem-wise, what do you think I'm going to get out of my 100 crescent, guys? Let's make some predictions. Will I get any 5 stars at all? The lightning build just looks cool visually, or like the mages build look cool as fuck. To the gauntlet build you did with the mages up all the time. Yeah, there's been some cool gauntlet builds, that's for sure. I think the gauntlet build that was broken when we first got that new essences was the best time Necro ever had. Hello, Or. Welcome in. Not a fan of just the Whirlpool Corpse build. It's strong, but just meh. Yeah, I'd agree. You know, this build has been around for so long now. 3 5 stars. Hope I get more. Man, if I can get 3 5 stars, that would be a truly a good day. I better really make sure that when it comes to setting up the drop pool, right? Custom drop pool. Okay, custom drop pool. Select 16 gems. There's a new gem in this one. It is. Someone bar selected, to be fair. I'd rather put chip. I'll chip on there, maybe. I think this is good enough. You've had a 2 out of 5. Roland Constables unbound from this event. Needs to rank up to 5 of 5. Yeah. Do you think they're going to increase the radius of Grim Scythes in the future? No, I don't think they would change any more with it, to be honest. I think the only thing that they could do with the Grim Scythe now they've reduced the radius and the dead zone around us, is potentially add in 4, so we have 4 scythes spin around instead, but that's just a pipe dream. No, I don't think they will do any more to this now. The nerfs are getting worse in the game, lol. I would say that they're getting ready for Druid to come out, and that's why we're seeing nerfs. 17 adds gems, 8 adds increased chance, green arrow on pick. Okay. So basically these ones then have just got an increased chance. And these ones I'm selecting are ones that... Okay, I see. So the ones that have got an increased chance I definitely want to be selecting then, yeah? Colossus Engine, Wolfort, Rolling. Yeah. I think this is fine. Definitely got the new one selected, so that's the main thing. Spectre Glass, I'm still trying to get that to 10. Cold Confidant, I'm actually using that in my PvP Golem build. Works out quite cool. They're all ticked, that's ticked, that's ticked, that's all ticked. Yeah, we'll just go with what it is, guys. See what we get. I'm just doing legendary ones, so you can't do 100 on that. Can you imagine doing 100 legendary crests at once? That would be amazing. The amount of lag there would be after all the gems were raining down. Christ. You didn't see it yourself until it showed better drop chance of... Yeah, yeah. I think we should start by just getting on with this. I've already capped my Fading Embers though, sadly. You would need to see sunglasses to see the gems, that's for sure. There'd be so many on the floor. All the beams of lights from all the 5 stars that you would hope that would rain down. I think I'll do this in a party finder as well. Give some people some extra stuff, so why not? Can you imagine if all the gems fell in the same spot like they do sometimes as well? And you had 100 legendary crests. It would be glorious. And with mirrored, it would be 200. Oh my god, the game would... What is... Been locked in. The game would break. You'd have everyone trying to do it at the same time. Which server is this? I'm on Pools of Wisdom. Four-man group doing 100 legendary crests on it would be, oh man, the lag would be insane. Nothing the first one, guys. Nothing at all. Any new gem? Nope. Round 2. It would be ridiculous. The amount of stuff going on. The game would, the servers would lag. And that's why they won't allow us to have 100 legendary crests. Although, I would still like to see it. Screen just goes white. Flashbang, baby. Will there be any over there, guys? Nope. Maybe the people that I'm partying up with are bringing me bad luck. Equip Vanguard Paragon for extra luck. I don't think that's how it works, but you know. I don't believe there's any luck in this game. I think the best thing you can do with this sort of game is always expect to be disappointed, because then when you do get something that's good, it's extra kind of rewarding. Last time I saw one of your comment on his video thinking I'm going to link up with him for a video one time. Yeah, I would, you know, I think the videos I've done with Echo and kind of been on the stream with him, it's been pretty cool doing that. Oh, we got a wolf out there, guys. What will it be, though? I just want the lightning core. Oh well, we couldn't pick it up without it. What's it going to be? 3 out of 5. That's 1 5-star then. The game probably works with random number generators. The whole game is based off of RNG for sure. If you haven't prayed to the RNGs, then you're not going to be getting anything. A 5 out of 5 would be nicer. Yeah, it's true. Can't be fussy though. What do you think of the new cosmetic for Berserk? Are you gonna get it? I actually do really like the Berserker armor, but I won't be getting it. Oh, another 5-star, guys. And we've got a Crimson in there as well. What's it going to be then? Predictions? I reckon it's just going to be a 2 out of 5. Personally think red is looking like Robocop and the Griffin is clean, especially with the big white wings. Yeah, I think the white wings would be really cool with it. It's going to be a 5 out of 5. Man, if that was a 5 out of 5, it'd be pretty cool. But sadly, it is only a Gloomcast. Even though it's a good gem. It was a free. We'll take it. They need to bring back Replay Rift. Okay, what we'll do, we'll move on to the Eternal Ones. Let's change them a priority. We've done 5 runs of normal. 2, 3 out of 5 stream of luck. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on what we get on this next 50. Because these ones got a sell potential, right? So you can guarantee I'm only going to get 1s and 2s all the way through this. I wonder what quest line they're going to make after the new one. Something about Bride of Hell. Be interesting to see what kind of the next, like you say, the next kind of storyline for this game will be. I'll give you 50p for a 5 out of 5 real world money lol. 50p. It's a big chest. Will there be any 5s, guys? Will there be any 5s? Just give us, like, a Colossus Engine or Bottled Hope or any of the ones that I'm using. Nope. Sadly not. And not even one of the new ones, so... First time. Is he going to spawn down there? No. First time double mirror event. Using 10 crests. Got 2 Colossus engines, 2-star and a 3-star. It's pretty good going. I like when you see people post on Reddit when they get from their mirrored event. Some of the ones that, you know, you see like 4, 5, 6 5-stars and it's just yeah, disgusting. Oh, we got a crimson though. As long as we get crimsons, I'm happy. I gotta do some testing with that gem, so. Be nice to get a gem that I can sell and one I can then use. Come on, one this time. At least one 5-star. Oh. We got a Colossus here, guys. And we got a new one as well. Two new ones. You calling 2-star? Yeah, you're probably not wrong. Anyone else predictions? Be nice to get a 5 out of 5 though, right? It's not gonna be. I'm not gonna hype myself up and then get disappointed. But it'd be nice to be a 5. Let's check it then, guys. We'll put and be right. Well played, mate. Well played. It would have been nice to be a 4. But I've already got a 4 out of 5, so it'd be nice to get a 5-star now to upgrade that Colossal to the 5 out of 5. What's the difference between a 5 out of 5 and a 2 out of 5 for damage? For damage, it's kind of debatable how much damage it would increase. It's just the resto itself. You know, you just get more resto, more kind of base stats added on. Yep. More resto, the more stars. More CR attributes. But doesn't necessarily equate to more damage though. We've seen that when it comes to my damage in dungeons yesterday. What do you reckon? Load of rubbish again. I really hope what we was talking about in chat last night that actually happens, where you get to open up the wing slots. Instead of it being at 6k, it drop it down to 4k. Be kind of nice for people. Does mean more lower spenders would be spending more money, but it gives them something to aim for, I suppose, when it comes to using their gems. It's about 8 reso each star. I think that's about right, to be honest. Big chest again. Does big chest mean big luck? Highly doubt it. Is the only way of getting Eternal Crest with Platinum. You can get one per week from doing the raid with your warband. And then when it comes to buying, you're getting more, you have to then buy them. With orbs. Okay, we've got a void. I picked that without even looking at it, didn't I? What do we get? 2 star out of 5. Feet pics. 100%. If you send someone feet pics, they might be able to get you some orbs. You never know. I think that is the full amount over, guys. We've done 100. So out of that 100, if we get rid of the delay there, let's just get rid of my salvage. Out of the 100 then, we did all right. We did all right. We got, was it a wolf heart? We got a colossus. We got a void. We got a gloom cask. Was just looking at a 2 out of 5 gives 30 resto and a 3 out of 5 gives 60 resto. Okay. So there's a 2, 30, 60. Yeah. Each star is 30 resto. That makes sense. Still not a lot though, really. 18 combat rating, 12 combat rating. So there's not that much difference in them, really. I've got some spares of these now though, which means I can increase the level a little bit more when it comes to my new gem. 5 out of 5 gives 100 each PvP, so 1k reso each and max R10. Yeah. When you get into that sort of level, it's yeah. R10 is just, how much does it cost to rank a 5 to R10? Just one gem to rank 10, 1 5-star. I'm going to do a bonus one, guys. Bonus one to get 1 stars. Here it comes. If you go for a star fire from the office 30, yeah. It's still not a 5 out of 5, right? And the only 5 I've got is my blood soak. The rest of them, I believe, are 4 stars now. This one, obviously, a fake one, because I've actually managed to rank that one up. And this one is a fake one as well. But still 4. Oh. Oh. Is that another one as well? Oh. Oh. The last one was it, guys. We got Spectre as well. They're going to both be 2 out of 5, aren't they? We know for a fact. Come on, guys. We know for a fact that these are going to be both 2 out of 5. Without a shadow of a doubt. %, 2 out of 5. Those colours are so trippy. I'd agree. If you stare at them long enough, it probably would. Should we do the first? Let's do the furthest one away. A 2. Okay. Was it a sellable 2, though? Not that I would sell these ones. Was it sellable? Wow. It's not even worth selling them. You have changed on equipment from last video. Yeah, I'm using my speed farm build. This is not the Rhino build. Wow. You reckon minimum 3 on this one? Okay. First one we know was a 2. Let's do it. Another 2. Damn. Damn. Never mind, guys. Never mind. It does mean I can do some progressive upgrades on my Colossal, so... I'm still happy with that. It still turned out to be a good 110 crests in the end. Although we can't use the Colossal in this current build because it bugs the game out. Where is my current one? What's going on there? Why can't I see my Colossal? Ah, here it is, that's why. Can I not? Ah, you have to equip it first. Okay, then. Okay. Got plenty of resonance gem power there we can use. Still 2 in the 1 drop? Yeah, I'd agree. They're just going to get crunched into this though, so... So, 48% of the way through. I'm pretty happy with that. Any chance of an upgrade on this now? Apparently there is. Okay. Depends what it's using though to be able to get there. Clearly we want to be able to use that. Don't need two of these. The void I could probably sell. This one I'm using. Finally got the Spectre to rank 10. Nice. Happy with that. Void Pack I just use like this all the time, guys. Void you don't really need to level up. Don't know how much Void is going for on the market though.
Please come again.
29k. I still think that's good. That's good platinum. That one almost will end up being sold along with these other 2 stars that I got today as well. Oh, there was 2 in that. Remove that one. List them both at the same time. Oh. Wait, they didn't stack. How come I won't stack them 2 gems? Not that it matters. We just list them as individuals. Who cares? Sell all these ones first, and then we'll decide on what we're going to do with the void. So that is Vanguard done, Crest done, Bounties done. And the only other thing I've got to do now is finish up my riffs, my T riffs. So I think we'll head off and do that next to get that done. See if there's any groups for it. That's now full. Shame. Depends on what map it is as well. This is not bad. When's the changeover though? How long we got? 20 minutes. We can probably get them all done.
Welcome, ally.
If one of a member wants to join. One thing we gotta do before I go in with this buggy gem on when it comes to size increase, using everything else, we need to change. Here we go. Got to go do dinner for the crotch goblins. Need food. Good stream, mate. Laters. Cheers, man. Thanks for popping in. Only one place to go on this map when you're doing these, guys. The middle area. So what's everyone else's plan to do on Sunday then? Is it just a relaxing day for you guys as well? Chilling out, playing the game? Or have you got other plans? Yo man, how's it going? I'm doing well. Just had some quite good luck when it comes to getting some 5 stars from all the crests that I just done. So ended up getting a number, and on the last run I did, I got two Colossus engines drop. Only 2 out of 5s, but they were able to get me some progression upgrades on my current Colossus engine though, so it's all good. Is that a little bit of lag there I see, guys? That jittering again when it comes to size? If it does come back, I will have to kind of go into the Rhino build. Yeah, I've got my 50% way on my Colossus now to rank 6, so I'm happy with that. You know, maybe once a month I'll be able to do a 100 pull when it comes to doing crests, and hopefully by doing so I'll slowly but surely upgrade them gems. Slowly get to like 4k reso. The only downside is to get into 4k reso, you end up losing some of your damage gems for 5 stars, which your damage gems are really, really strong. But it would just be nice to get to the next set of wings. I do have to do some more Zod fights as well today at some point. Still haven't got my Crimson Gem from them chests that you get from Zod, so...
I am renewed. Death is inevitable.
The downside to doing these guys, you have to go out every time you completed the last one. I wish you could just go in and farm like 4,000 of these things and just have endless amounts of bosses to do. It would just speed up the process, I think. There is that lag there when it comes to this speed build. I may have to just change on the Paragon, I think. Because I am using Brawler, right? Yeah. We'll change to Vanquisher. See if that stops this little lag. Because I want to be able to use this speed build because it's faster. Wow. You got lucky with a free crest run and got a bold hope. And GG, mate. GG. What was it? A 2 out of 5? 5 out of 5? What was it you got? Two out of 5, of course. It was always meant to be, but at least you got one out of a free crest. Well, then was it a sellable one? Oh, no, it's still worth having. If you already use a Bold Hope and you're happy to upgrade to rank 5, then it's going to be beneficial, isn't it? You know, something that you needed. Normally when I'm doing them, I'm just happy to see white beams. quite cool that, guys. I am streaming on Twitch as well, and checking out my computer and kind of how it's handling it. I'm very, very pleased. I don't know, I haven't kept an eye on Twitch to see if anyone's been watching or not through Twitch. So if you have been, well, welcome, thank you for joining. But it's something that I will be doing, you know, all the time. I didn't yesterday on my first stream. I just want to see how it went with YouTube stuff. And it ran absolutely perfectly. So today I decided to just put it on to Twitch as well and just see what happens, you know. So if you do want to go and click the follow button over there, it'd be much appreciated if you guys do use Twitch.
Is inevitable.
We've got one left on this one. Nope, two left. Two rifts left, or two pylons left. Didn't I just pick up the last two? There we go. Get this last 300 done, guys, and I think we're going to be ending the stream there for the day. I'm going to go chill with the missus for a few hours. We're both back to work tomorrow after having a week off, so last day of relaxing together for the evening. Have some grub, watch a movie maybe. Don't know what else everyone's plans are, but whatever your plans are, hopefully you have a good evening as well, or good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Here is the number one player in the world, Surgical Snipes. No, I don't think there's any room at the moment. I'm not in control of that anyway. It's all done by the leader, Rug. Silver ore limit reached. I think I've hopefully got almost my ore stuff done now. That bug only exists with this portal, I think. I don't think that exists with any other Terra Rift portal. Let's do all the claiming for what I've been doing then for the day. What else we got to claim? Probably plenty on this Colossal Surge event. So Oh, wow. Quite a few. Cheers for the sub there, man. Quite a few. Nothing to upgrade though. I do have 9 of these, and these do turn into platinum at the end, don't they? So it's going to be worth me keeping this. But we've got right up until the 1st of June now. This has been extended to you guys. So if you haven't noticed that, you've got plenty of time. It may even be to the point where I do finish all of this, which would be quite nice. Got Hunger and Moon going on as well at the moment, so all free stuff. Don't forget to do all that if you are doing dungeons. Anything else I've got to claim? That there for doing bounties earlier. Didn't give us any more rewards there. Struggler's Path. What we got to claim here then? For doing bounties. Nothing else there to claim. Rewards. What we got in the rest of rewards? And we do have this one to claim. What are we going to go with? Possibly just something like that, I do. Nothing else to claim there. I think that's all the claiming done. So cool that you're streaming now. I hope to become a Master Negro one day. Till next time, Master Negro Lorif. Thanks for coming in, Surgical. It's always good to see you, man. But I think that is everything claimed. Done and dusted for the day, guys. I've got a few more terrorists I've got to do this evening before the reset tomorrow. But other than that, the only other thing I've got to do tonight now is to do my Winds of Fortune and then claim the double gems when it comes to them dropping, or the faster gems, and the same tomorrow before that then resets. So we're going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for all for coming along, and any follows and subs we've had and donations we've had, much appreciated. And hopefully this week sometime we'll get a couple of streams done. Be later in the evenings again, simply because I'm at work all this week and I think I'm doing 10 till 7 shifts. So yay me. Luckily it's going to be a cooler week than it's been this week, so I shouldn't be baking hot in this office too much. But we will definitely see you in the week. I do have a video coming up over the next few days that I will make for this build. My speed farming build, so keep an eye out for that. But until next time, as always, guys, chill. Take care.